Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today we're back with another Old Navy review. Specifically today we're taking a look at some of the pieces from the new Old Navy and Anna Sui collab. I believe that this is Old Navy's first designer collab. I know that The Gap has done a couple in the past, but Old Navy usually does not. Every once in a while they'll do some kind of like a collaboration with a celebrity or something, but it's not often that you're getting like designer stuff at like a super affordable store like Old Navy. So I was really excited about this. And if you've never heard of Anna Sui before, she was a very prolific designer in the 90s. She still obviously is a designer. She makes a lot of pieces that I would consider to be like heavily 90s inspired, slight like rock twist to them. I typically really like a lot of the stuff that she makes, and I liked a lot of the stuff in this Old Navy collab as well. I've seen kind of mixed reviews about it online, and obviously I will link to the collab directly down in the description box. So if you want to kind of have it open in another tab and look at it while we're talking about it, feel free to do that. But the entire collab had a lot of pieces that were like florals, a lot of purples, deep browns. We had some denim. We had some really funky patterns, butterflies, very iconically 90s. And I obviously got myself a few pieces that I thought were really cute, but generally I figured that we would take a look at the stuff that I got, talk about the collection. Hopefully you can decide if you want to pick anything up from this collection yourself or not. Now, in terms of pricing, I would say that it is definitely more expensive than typical Old Navy, but not super outrageously so. Like still cheaper than stuff that you would get from The Gap. Kind of almost like a mid between the two prices. So if you're expecting like sub $20 for a shirt, you'll definitely be disappointed. Go in with higher expectations than that, but still definitely like fairly affordable, especially for a designer collaboration. And I can say from the pieces that I got, I do actually understand why the pricing was set how it was. Now, I went with my usual Old Navy size and everything, which is a size medium. Everything fit great. So I would say everything fits quite true to size in this collaboration. And I do believe that everything was like a limited release. So basically everything was released just this once. It's not necessarily getting restocked. They could surprise us and restock some things. I don't think that that will necessarily be the case. And that is especially sad because one of the things I'm wearing was the only thing that sold out instantly. As far as I know, at the time I'm making this, everything is still available from this collaboration except this coat, which is crushing, but there is an alternate version of it. So we're still gonna talk about it. And with that, I guess let's just jump right into the review and talk about the coat first. I saw this coat in somebody's like little sneak peek of the collaboration. There was like a dinner or something in NYC. Somebody was wearing this coat, said it was from the collab, and I was like, I have to have it. So I set a calendar reminder. I do this for all launches if it's something that I actually care about. I set a calendar notification to remind me 30 minutes before, and I go to the website 30 minutes before. With most launches, like concert tickets, most clothing launches, you're just gonna be sitting there for 30 minutes like refreshing the page, right? Things don't actually launch early. When I went on the Old Navy website 30 minutes before, everything had already dropped. So very odd. A lot of stuff, some of the sizes were already gone, especially the biggest and smallest sizes, which is not uncommon because they usually make fewer of those, but is obviously frustrating. And this coat was like the thing that I was buying. I was like, no matter what, if I get nothing else from this, I'm getting this coat. It is a faux suede, very, very incredibly soft, quite warm. Obviously, I live in Canada. I cannot wear this as like a winter coat. I'm wearing it right now in the fall when it's like 0 to 12 degrees Celsius outside, and I think it's fine for that. Once we start dipping below 0, there's no chance that I'll be able to wear it anymore. I'll be switching to a winter coat. But if you live somewhere warmer, I think you could wear it. And I realized that it's sold out. The reason I'm mentioning all of this, you can get this exact same coat, this like mid-length with the buttons in a faux leather. It is still brown. It'll obviously just be a little bit shinier because it will be a faux leather. I still personally think that that will be very cute, and I liked both of them. I ultimately ended up going with the suede, and thank God I did because I would be so crushed if it had have sold out and I wanted both or I wanted to exchange or whatever. But with Old Navy, they do accept returns, obviously. So I do always recommend if there's something that you really like this jacket, and you want to like keep an eye on it, just leave the page for it open and check it like once or twice a day, because you never know if they get a return. You might be able to just snag that return. And with something like this, I can't imagine that it could really be returned in bad condition. Like, this isn't a tank top that somebody's gonna get deodorant lines all over. It's a coat. I would have no problem wearing somebody else's return, if that makes sense, for something like this. Now, obviously, the coat has the faux leather cuffs and faux leather all around the lapel of the jacket. I think that that's super cute. We also do have 3 buttons, so you can button those up if you want to, or you can leave it more open. We've got pockets, and once again, the leather version, exactly the same, has the same buttons, pockets, the faux fur. It's just a faux leather instead of the suede. And I feel like this jacket is absolutely adorable. I love the length on it. And before that girl who says I look like a tuna wearing socks with dresses comes in, it's freezing. I need to wear socks. So definitely super cute jacket. I've worn it a couple of times already, and I just feel like it's a real showstopper piece. I feel really cute in it. Definitely love it. Price on the jacket was $159 Canadian. Quite expensive. It's exactly what I wanted though. I love a duster cardigan. I love anything that gives like this kind of vibe where it's just like long, flowing, you're walking around in it and it makes you feel really good and confident. Anything like this, I'm very into. So I was okay with paying that price. I know it's very high, and I don't know for sure, like a lot of times collaborations at other brands are excluded from promotions, but Black Friday sales are coming up. So there is a chance that if there's something you want from this collab and it hasn't sold out, you might be able to get it on sale at Black Friday. Something to keep in mind. So jacket, absolutely recommend. If you cannot get the suede version, I think that the leather version is perfectly cute. Definitely a great jacket. I love it. I will be wearing this for years. I think it's so cute. Next up, I got this denim dress and this little like lacy long sleeve bell sleeve top to go underneath it. Obviously, we'll take off the dress at some point and just throw on some jeans or something so that we can talk about the shirt on its own. I can't imagine that I would wear the shirt on its own. I think I would only ever really wear it under this. So I'm not 100% certain if I'm going to keep it, to be brutally honest with you. Obviously, the benefit of this shirt, it does have like the little lacy collar. However, I really like the bell sleeves with this dress. I do also have this black bell sleeve top that I think could also be really cute under this little dress. Maybe I even just get one of these in white because this is just from Amazon. It was not expensive. I'll link that too if you just want a basic bell sleeve top. I really loved it and it came in a bunch of colors. But I do think that this looks cute together. Now, let's talk about the dress. This is obviously like a little denim mini dress. This is a fully rigid, non-stretch denim. Why that's important? The sizing obviously becomes a lot more important when you have something that is non-stretch. I went with my regular size. I got a medium. I was very concerned it wasn't going to zip, but it zipped completely fine. I got my husband to do it for me. He could do it easily, no struggle. I think that it does look quite cute. Like, it definitely hugs the body in a really flattering way. I think that that's adorable. It has this slight like chevron pattern on it. I don't know how easy that is for you to see. I can't see it at all in like the viewfinder for the camera. I hope you can. It does look quite cute. It's obviously like a darker denim and then the more orangish thread, very 90s throwback. And then it does have a zipper straight down the back that comes basically to here. Now I cannot pull this up over my bum. I have to pull it down. It is like a little bit wider right at your hips, which is amazing, but the tight part that's like around your waist, there's no chance I was getting that over my butt. So I have to put it on up over my arms. That's fine. I have to take it off the same way, but I do think that it looks quite cute. Obviously very short. Keep in mind I'm only 5'1", so this is it pulled down all the way, and it's quite short on me, especially from the back. I feel like it looks even a little bit shorter, but I do think that it's really cute. Definitely very well made. Now it does have a little like Old Navy X Anna Sui tag down at the bottom that has a little butterfly. I think that's fine. Doesn't bother me. I know some people hate having any kind of like designer label or anything on their stuff, which is why I mention it. And this does not have any pockets. I do wish that they had have just thrown some little pockets in the dress. I think that that would have elevated it a bit, made it easier to wear on a regular basis. I just love having pockets and everything. But overall, overall, I think that this is exceptionally cute. I think that it fits really well. Now, the denim dress was $74.99. Once again, kind of expensive for Old Navy. I do think that that's probably a little bit expensive for what it is, but with that nice, thick, rigid denim, that will always be a little bit more expensive than a thinner, stretchier denim with elastane in it. So I'm not necessarily super surprised at the price, but I know that obviously it is more expensive. Now, they also had this exact same dress in a brown suede version. I think that that is also unbelievably adorable, and I really struggled with which one I should get, but I figured if I'm getting brown suede coat, I also do not need brown suede dress. I like them both. I think that they're both very cute, and I do think that I would be inclined to mostly wear this dress with some kind of a little shirt underneath it, but you don't necessarily have to. Like, you could obviously just wear it on its own. Now, I did also get a comment on my TikTok where I just like very briefly showed this off that mentioned that they didn't like how it looked on the model, but they liked how it looked on me. I think the only difference there is on the website, a lot of them are like slightly more oversized. They don't seem to be like kind of tucking in at the waist, and I think it's just they got a size too big. So if you're going with just like your regular size, I do think that it will give you kind of like this body hugging effect. If you prefer something that's like a little bit more oversized, you don't want it quite so like body hugging, size up one. And I think that that would give you that look that they have on the website. And with that, let's take off the dress. We'll look at what the shirt looks like on its own, and then I will talk about a couple other pieces I liked, and we'll give our final thoughts. All right, so this is what that little top looks like on its own, just with like a random pair of jeans thrown on. Obviously, you can see that that ruffle that we had just the collar out with the dress obviously does extend all the way down. It has the little bell sleeves, and the entire thing is like a lacy, almost like a crochet. Definitely quite cute. I don't know that the shirt itself, like on its own, is necessarily the most my style thing. I personally really do like it underneath that little dress, but I couldn't see myself wearing this by itself. Like, I wouldn't just throw on a pair of jeans and wear it. I do think I would wear it underneath other little pinafores and dresses that I own though. Now, I am wearing like a fully nude bra under here, but you can definitely see the bra. This is a fully sheer top, which I think looks really cute when you're wearing it underneath something and like on the arms. Certainly makes it less wearable in terms of like where would you wear this on its own unless you wore like a cami or a nude bra and you were okay with it being a bit sheer. I really, really love the sleeves. Like, that is by far my favorite part. Anything with a bell sleeve I will always love. I just think that it adds a little bit of flair, a little bit of drama, and I'm somebody that talks with my hands a lot, so I feel like I really like having something that's kind of swishing around the whole time. You'll also notice that this is like kind of cropped. Like, it's basically hitting right at my belly button. It does not come down super far, and that little collar does extend all the way around to the back. It's a cute top. It's fine. I definitely don't hate it, but I also wouldn't say that it's like my favorite top I've ever had. The top was also $48.99, which I personally think for a little something that I'm only ever really going to wear underneath something else is probably too expensive. So I most likely will return this. I think I will probably be keeping the dress, and I know that I'm keeping the coat. I cut the tags off the second I got it because I knew that I was going to keep it. I adore the coat. The dress I like. This, I'm just like, I think I could probably get like a similar vibe to this with other things that I already own without having to like specifically own this shirt that I'm only going to wear in this one application, if that makes sense. Now, I have my phone in hand here. There are a couple of other things that I did think were quite cute. One of them was the denim skirt, the jean jacket, and the pair of jeans that all had this pattern on them. I think that that is super cute, and I think that each of those things, like, you wouldn't necessarily need to get like the jacket and a bottom. Like, you could wear them individually with other stuff and they would be cute, or you could wear them together and go super matchy-matchy, and that would be adorable as well. They also had kind of similar to these shirts, but these little like ruffly cardigans. I think that that looks adorable. I think that they're a little bit expensive, given that they are like majority polyester sweaters. They do have 25% wool and then 10% nylon, but otherwise they're polyester. They are probably going to pill pretty badly over time. I think that $74 is just a little bit expensive for that. that. But if you love how it looks, they do have them. They also had these like tiered skirts that are like a midi skirt in both like a black and white and a black and purple. I think that those are really cute. They had this tie front duster. I think that is very cute, very 90s. If you're looking for like some kind of fun duster, that one is $69.99. I think that that's, once again, a little bit expensive, as is the theme of this collection. I also think that it could be incredibly fun, very cute. I love a duster. I think that they're just amazing. They had these satin lace hem skirts. I think that these are very, very cute. I actually like would consider getting them, especially the floral patterned one I think is very adorable. They also had denim jackets and mini skirts that matched that dress that we had on. So it's like a dark denim with the like orange-ish stitching in it. Sorry, that's kind of a tongue twister. I think that that would be cute as like an outfit. They also had short versions of that suede jacket that we had on. I think that that's very cute as well. And then they did have a couple of different like long dress options that most of them were like a floral pattern. I personally found that they lent kind of like pioneerish, so not necessarily for me. I think that on the right person, they could look very elegant, model-esque, like very designer. I think that person is 6 inches or more taller than me. Like, I just feel like with something like that, you need almost like a particular like height to really make them look high fashion and not look pioneer. And on me, because I'm really short, everything like that just looks pioneer. So I didn't get them. And then they also had a couple of different like mesh tops to go with the different skirts. They also had some like button-ups. They had t-shirts that just said Anna Sui on them, or they had like a butterfly and had her name on them. A lot of different things. They had some little like tote bags. Overall, I would say it was a cute collab. I think that it all fit together very thematically, and I enjoyed looking at the pieces, and I've like enjoyed seeing people wear them. And honestly, my like overall thing here with this entire collab is I think that it was smart. I think Old Navy has been moving in like quite an interesting direction where they've released a lot of very cute stuff in the past year or so. I think doing a couple of these like slightly more expensive collabs probably makes a lot of sense. Although I do also want to acknowledge a lot of people are doing not well monetarily right now. And I fully acknowledge that having like a more expensive collaboration at a place that's usually very affordable might feel like a slap in the face to some customers, but I personally am happy to see like a couple slightly more expensive collabs. I'm okay with that as long as they keep their other pricing and like their basics and kids pricing reasonable. I think having a couple things that are a bit more expensive is okay. And my like final thought, if you can get the suede jacket, get it. If you can't, I think that the leather jacket would also be very cute. It's a great jacket. It looks very adorable. I will be wearing it nonstop. You're gonna see it in a million photos if you follow me on Instagram. So just be prepared for that. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video today. I would love to know your thoughts on this collaboration, on Old Navy in general, on Anna Sui in general. If there was anything in particular that you really liked today, let me know what that was. And if it's not the coat, I'll be shocked because so far all the reactions online have been, oh my god, the coat. Some people have really liked the denim dress, but most people have been all about the coat. And like always, thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope that you have a fabulous day and that I'll see you next time. Bye!